Hey guys, Leachy coming to you with some words of wisdom. That is wow for today from the Essai Joie de Vivre, that is joy of life, as we head down the Seine River towards Paris. So in some places I visit, workplaces, I visit as a coach, I find staff that I describe as a bit sort of nervous and paranoid. The culture is often reflected in absenteeism and or staff turnover. Now, in these businesses, a common factor is that the focus and effort of management is often on finding what's going wrong or what went wrong and who's to blame, instead of focusing on proactively and preemptively building the conditions needed to succeed and improve efficiency. And these are the key factors that ultimately affect profitability. I believe the holy trinity of efficiency is clarity, measurement, and motive. Clarity of roles and responsibilities and boundaries is vital. What the job involves, how it's done, and when. Measurement is needed for two reasons. Firstly, like in any sport, the score allows you to compare performances so you can test variables, adapt, and combine to improve performance. Secondly, of course, measurement lets you know when one process has to interface with the next stage, like the handover of a relay baton in a race. You can't manage what you don't measure, and intuition won't cop it. With communication, timeliness, relevance, and context are the factors that determine its effectiveness. Timeliness is pretty obvious. Communication is useless if it's delivered too late. Relevance is concerned with who it's going to and how it's transmitted, as well as its level of detail and accuracy. But it's context that often causes the most problems with communication. You see, it's the transmitter's responsibility for how the communication is interpreted by the receiver. Yet I'm often hearing business owners, clients talking about how they didn't listen, the staff, and they didn't understand, and they didn't do it right. Now, I'm not suggesting the receiver doesn't have a part to play, but my point is that the transmitter is the only one empowered to alter their transmission. You can't change how the receiver receives it without training and long-term stuff. All I know is that teaching my clients about communication modality, behavioral programming, and neurolinguistic programming, and that sort of thing often leads to a more spectacular improvement in the business dynamics than the cash flow, production, and time management strategies that we also work through in the coaching process. Now, finally, you have motive, and I want to spend a bit of time on this. In order for team to work, there must be personal benefit to cooperation and collaboration. When people don't cooperate, it's simply because it's not in their personal interest to do so. If the motive's negative, do it or you're fired, then your staff will normally be compliant, fulfilling the minimum requirement to stave off consequences. But when you blame people instead of improving clarity, measurement, and motivational processes, you add injustice to ineffectiveness. And this normally leads to your staff becoming subversive, which is carcinogenic to your business, and it's contagious to the rest of the team. Now, systemization is critical to improve efficiency and allow the owner to proactively run the business instead of reactively managing the team. But systemization can be a double-edged sword because you can multiply structures, processes, and systems to the point where a counterproductive multiplication of interfaces, middle management, and coordinators can happen. That not only potentially immobilizes people and resources, but also creates excessive obstacles to production and customer service. This can mean working harder and longer on less and less value-adding activities and domesticating your team where they don't think for themselves. In short, think of your system, think of your business as a symptom of your actions, which are determined by your thinking, which in turn is defined by your education. If you want to improve your results, start there. You see, practice just makes permanent, not perfect. I'm Leachy, the Business Transformer, with some wow words of wisdom from the Seine River in France Hope you have an awesome day.